interesting that leadership can be so interesting and so boring at the same time. You're saying, leadership boring? How? Especially if we look at recent scandals or we look at political campaigns and say, well, leadership seems to be something that has to do with more than anything, inspiring people to share a common vision. And also in the sense that it needs to be something that can be followed with action. Now, that is interesting in the sense when you look at the examples of say, the political campaigns. You look at people like McCain and Clinton and Obama, and they all have different abilities to inspire a vision and to actually communicate to followers what the actions should be. Now, the sad point is that what they fail to realize in many cases is that the people who are listening are not necessarily going to be content with the same message all the time. They'll probably want the same vision, but it has to be ever-changing and ever-stimulating to the people. And it has to address people's real needs at the time. In the past, leaders have been critiqued for creating artificial crises in order to unite people. And that, I think, is going to be more and more an issue when we go into times that are, say, economically challenging. You can't really play games anymore. You have to decide what is the real issue and what is the spin issue, and not mix the two, and also be very careful when invoking the apocalyptic narrative. Now, leadership questions tend to be sort of boring when they're informed by sort of old values or attitudes that do not resonate with people's real life situations anymore. So the old ideas of, say, monarchy or hierarchical, patriarchal structures, or very race-based, ethnocentric attitudes about leadership leave people either really angry or just, annoyed because it's not realistic or representing what people want to be, which is not excluded anymore, but included. And how to include that without starting to go down the old, boring, tried and true cliches of certain types of stories we tell ourselves about exclusion, inclusion, entitlement, etc. I think that it's time also to revisit certain ideas that have been a little bit ignored lately. For example, the feminist ideas of Gilligan and moral development. Useful in terms of leadership, new perspectives. A good time to kind of get away from the Karl Rove manipulation, dirty tricks, tactics of leadership by elimination through smear. So these are some ideas on leadership. They're somewhat coherent, maybe, but I hope to hear from you. Please share your ideas about leadership and what captures the imagination today.